Peace, Black family. So let's talk about internalized patriarchy. First, let's deal with the definition of patriarchy, which is a social system which positions of authority are primarily held by men. The definition gets a lot broader, but basically what it means in a nutshell is that men are in power. And if men are in power, that means they get to define and also create definitions. One of the things, unfortunately, that men have been defining throughout the years is what it means to be a woman. Side note, let's just be clear that if patriarchy does exist in any African culture, it came there during colonialism. It is not an African ideology, as it says right here. Scholars generally believe that present-day African patriarchy system is one modeled after Eurocentric perspectives. So patriarchy is not something that comes out of the thought process or cultural practices of traditional Africans. Moving forward, what is internalized patriarchy? Well, it's when women toss aside their best judgment and sacrifice their needs to fit the mold of how they think they're supposed to behave. Let me give you some visual examples of what I mean.
What would you take me in state?
What, Dubai?
Left.
Okay, cool. Like, what? I just said I don't know.
But
I don't have my passport. Next.
How you gonna get mad at me because Dubai not in America? You ain't listening to social studies.
These BBLs killing y'all. 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 These BBLs killing y'all.
Yeah, you dealing with some wet and gushy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet and gushy. Give me everything you got for this wet and gushy. Now from the...
Let me repeat the definition of internalized patriarchy one more time. When women toss aside their best judgment and sacrifice their needs to fit the mold of how they think they're supposed to behave. So internalized patriarchy says, don't worry about having anything up here. Just make sure that you look good and you know how to do your hair. And I'm not specifically dissing on the sister right here, but there are too many sisters out here that know how to do all this, but ain't got nothing up here. Internalized patriarchy is destroying black women. You really have women going into a trailer to get booty shots. Now here's the kicker, because internalized patriarchy also leads to internalized misogyny, which is the hatred, contempt for, or prejudice against women or girls. Let me give you a visual example of what that looks like. So we know what it looks like from the male perspective of exploiting women, and no disrespect to Nelly, but we all remember the infamous tip drill video. Now let's take a look at what it looks like from the female's perspective.
Stop.
So internalized misogyny has women exploiting women sexually. If that's not some internalized patriarchy, in conclusion, you know what? Just look at the photo. Do you see a man trying to oppress a woman, or do you see a woman trying to be like a man? No, you see family, you see unity, you see Africanness, and that's what we got to get back to. Not matriarchy, not patriarchy, but unity.